Do you want to know what it is that makes women think about a man non-stop and eventually develop feelings for him? Today we will reveal a few secrets that you can use in your life, and maybe after that you will build a family with the man you love. Many men are used to trying their best to maintain the same interest in a woman after a successful dating or first date. However, it is not uncommon for women to lose it and become dramatically disinterested. However, the key reason why women often cool off on you after a first date or acquaintance is because your behavior shows her that you're just another regular guy she just saw. And being that kind of guy in a girl's mind is not what you want. You want to be thought of as this amazing man who is better than any guy she has ever dated, so you will always be in her thoughts and desires. And today, I'm going to tell you how any man can become that one guy that women will think about non-stop. First of all, when you ask a woman out on a first date, try to be unpredictable, but don't go overboard. When an average and nice guy gets into a relationship with a woman, his pattern of behavior becomes very predictable to 99% of women. It is this predictable behavior that allows the female brain to think of this man as boring, predictable, boring, and not interesting. Now compare such a predictable guy to a man who is emotionally unpredictable. The woman can't imagine what to expect from him, yet she will think after the date that meeting this man was very unusual and interesting. As a result, her brain finds this man much more interesting. Routine and predictability is boring, uncertainty is mysterious and sexy. Unpredictable relationships give women a chase, anticipation, ups and downs, a roller coaster of emotions. When you're unpredictable, it's perfectly natural for a woman to think about you all the time. That's because she has no idea what you're going to do next. And not many people know that in fact, unpredictable behavior is also one of the easiest ways to win a girl over quickly and make her not stop thinking about you. Just surprise her, and after a couple or 3 dates she will want to spend the night with you. Surprise a woman can be easy. Organize some unusual date, give a woman unusual and new experiences, or think of ways to surprise her in the course of your meeting. You can think of a million ideas for something like this. When women find an unpredictable guy who can turn even a usual date into an exciting adventure that will cause her a lot of positive emotions, surprise her, scare her, or make her laugh, that is, cause the whole rainbow of emotions, then women will not be able to get such a guy out of their minds. He will drive women crazy. They will burn with a huge desire to see him again, to see what his next move will be, because she will not be able to predict her, and it turns her on. Beautiful women interact with hundreds, if not thousands, of predictable men over the course of their lives. These ordinary men behave in the same predictable way. They're unremarkable. And she hardly thinks about any of them. Be unpredictable and women will think of you all the time. You just need to stand out to her among hundreds of other background characters. Secondly, you need to be as mysterious and enigmatic as possible exactly until you spend the night with this woman. This is actually very important. We live in a world where we share more information about ourselves than ever before. We're either texting each other all the time or posting on social media, showing everyone what we do. But a great way to get women thinking about you all the time is to hold back a bit and be a man of mystery. You will be a very mysterious man. You will make her think about you and try to uncover your secrets. After all, the female brain is very curious and will demand that she find out what kind of man is showing interest in her, who he works for, how much he earns, what he does. She'll want to know everything about you. And it would be a complete foolishness for a man to immediately reveal all his secrets to a woman. For the first few dates, try not to share every aspect of your life with a woman. Try to be like James Bond, who walks into a bar and strikes up a conversation with some attractive woman. He doesn't tell her any secrets, but only gets her interested with his mysterious and masculine aura. Mysterious guys seem much more mature to women than other guys. This self-possession manifests itself in the presence of a healthy self-esteem, which is perhaps the biggest element of attraction. Many men often talk a lot and do nothing. The mystery guy is the opposite. He prefers to let his actions speak for themselves without being verbose. Another working scheme: you need to find a way to remind her of you, but not too actively. Most men are too annoying. They always insist on the next date, call or text too often and overwhelm the girl. Especially in the first stages of communication. And it's too overwhelming for a woman who has so much going on in her life. When a man tries to put too much pressure on a woman, he looks desperate and needy to her. And that's not a good thing. Try to remind the woman of yourself, for example, by giving her flowers, a soft toy, a box of chocolates or some perfume for the first date, so that when she interacts with these items, she is reminded of you. But don't try to remind her of you too often or be annoying. You have already taken her out on a date, given her a great experience, given her a gift and given her a chance to think about you and miss you, then you remind her of yourself and give her a chance to satisfy that desire and see you. This is how to get a woman to think about you without interruption. Provided that when you remind her of you again, you don't do it too often. After all, it's important to create an image of a man living his life. Women want to date an active man who has a lot going on in his life and is not going to drop everything for a woman he just met. So don't make a woman your priority, make her nurture her own attraction to you with your thoughts and the pleasant experiences you've already given her. Every day millions of men around the world are afraid to meet and communicate with beautiful women because of the fear of being rejected or humiliated. Fear of meeting beautiful women is indeed a very acute problem for many men. We have noticed this among our subscribers as well by conducting our own surveys on the channel. So, if you are one of such men who will experience fear or insecurity when it comes to dating beautiful women, here are 4 really working psychological tricks that will change your personal life for the better. First, you need to stop obsessing over a woman's beauty. A huge number of men are embarrassed not only to get acquainted with beautiful women, but simply to be around them. They are used to exalt female beauty as something majestic. However, it is this attitude towards female beauty that harms millions of men. By putting female beauty on a pedestal, many men become afraid of beautiful women so much that they don't even have the guts to talk to them. The solution, of course, is to stop placing so much importance on a woman's appearance. Treat an attractive girl as naturally as any other unattractive girl you interact with, maybe at your job or school. Instead of female beauty, change the focus of your interest. Focus on the inner qualities of the woman you are attracted to. Emphasize the importance of her inner qualities such as intelligence, kindness, empathy, and confidence. Ask the question, does the girl have something other than looks? There are many beautiful girls in the world, but it's rare to find a girl you can have fun with and one that has personality. Don't put a beautiful girl on a pedestal until you get to know her better. Treat her as your equal, not as a goddess because she's just beautiful. You don't know what kind of person she is in real life. Realize that a woman's beauty does not determine her worth. Good looks depend more on genes, luck, money and effort spent on the gym, beautiful cosmetics, beauty treatments. You can respect a woman's beauty and enjoy it, but you should not idolize it and put it on a pedestal. What do you think happens when you decide that you want to finally approach and talk to a girl in real life? You start to get too nervous and run through different outcomes of your future actions in your head. You start thinking about how you will approach this girl and try to get to know her, and then you imagine her reaction. However, before you decide to approach this girl in your brain, a psychological barrier is triggered that stops you from taking further action. In fact, the longer you thought about how the woman would react to your moves, the more anxiety you felt. It's like when you think about a girl for months and it becomes impossible to talk to her. Her negative or rude rejection becomes so firmly rooted in your mind that you get paralyzed at the mere thought of talking to that girl. How to overcome such a problem? Take action right away. It's simple. Instead of thinking about how you should approach a woman or what you should say to her and worrying about how she will react, you need to act on your very first impulse. Yes, when you feel that first impulse in your head, it's better to immediately approach a woman you like to talk to her. It's your best chance to actually decide to do it. The only way to conquer the fear of beautiful women in your head is that you just need to start practicing, approaching as many women as possible to gain social experience. The key here is to practice every day and don't be lazy. Approach lots of different beautiful women that you would be scared to approach to ask for their phone number and ask them trivial questions. Approach women in public places and ask them for the time, or maybe directions to the nearest store. Think about how you, for example, interact with beautiful sales assistants in stores or maybe waitresses in cafes and restaurants.